It's showtime.
Hey, welcome to Did You Watch Survivor Last Night, the only Survivor podcast for compassionate haters. My name is Jake Scheidel. Each week I ask my best friend, Thomas Powell, if he did indeed watch a certain reality show. And I say every week, but sometimes we have to go to a wedding.
Sometimes every other week.
Sometimes we skip a week for a wedding or something. Hey, Thomas, how's it going today?
It's good. We had a pre-show meeting where you called me and you said, "Are you going to San Francisco?" And I said yes.
Yeah. And that's where Thomas was last week. And then this week it's late because I was watching some babies. I was sitting on babies, as they say.
And I was watching some football.
Football. Hot takes from Football Thomas. This is a new segment called Hot Takes from Football Thomas.
The Detroit Lions are ordained by God.
Yes.
And they're going to win the damn Super Bowl.
Let's go. Bring back the roar of 54. Remember when the Tigers were good and they would say, bring back the roar of 84?
Restore the roar.
Restore the roar. That, yeah. Lions should bring that back, but use archival footage from... Was it 1954 that they won the championship? And it was like
they won it in 57, but
57,
they might have won it in 54 also. Because I think they won more than one in the 50s.
Back in football's prehistory.
It looks like the Cleveland Browns won the NFL championship and beat the Lions pretty badly. So let's not restore the roar of 54.
Do not restore the roar of 54. Restore the roar of last year.
Restore the heaven of 57.
There we go. That's what the Lions need to do, and based on how they perform today, it might just happen. Look, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, oh my. Tigers are out. Bears, who gives a shit, always bad. Lions, with his kneecap, man, maybe good this year.
This motherfucker's eating kneecaps.
Every day. I think that this ends the sports segment that we named earlier, because I don't think that people come to this show for sports generally, unless, of course, that sports person has been on the show. Survivor, that's what people come here for. Survivor, Thomas, did you watch Survivor 47 last night?
Yeah, we're restoring the heaven of Survivor 47 right now, so it works for a lot of different things.
We will restore the Heverl of Survivor 47.
Oh, yes, Jelinski.
Remember from before when he said that? Funny stuff.
So funny.
The first episode we watched this week was called Belly of the Beast. Pretty good title, and I'm surprised they haven't used it before.
Yeah, that seems like something they would have done before, but, you know.
Seems, yeah, like right there, right for the taking.
No better time than the present.
I guess. Tuku Tribe is where we start. They discuss the last tribal council and show a flashback to everyone getting voted out from the previous season. This was good. I liked this. I don't like when the show gets too meta, and I think I have a note on it later. But this worked for me.
Yeah, I think if you edit it creatively, it works, and they I got to give the editors some credit. They've had some flourishes that I think I didn't expect that worked this season.
Yeah. This has been a good season for editing. Emmy for editing for Survivor 47. Kyle is second guessing his place in the game. We're all second guessing Kyle's place on the show. Do you remember my mom's take? Kyle's going to be not on the screen very much, and she was right.
She was correct, but maybe that's an edit. Maybe that's a winner's edit. Who knows?
Who knows in this new era? Carolyn is so excited the vote went the way she expected. That's great. Sue took Kyle's vote personally, and she gets the same feeling she did when she entered the aviation industry.
Sue, I'm just going to throw this out there right now. Sue is female coach.
Whoa!
And I think I'm here for it. I think it's great. Like this, Sue is a throwback Survivor weird contestant, and I like it.
You think she's like Coach though?
She's kind of like Coach,
but nobody's like making fun of her behind her back, are they?
No, everyone's nicer on these seasons though.
That's true. New era, more like nice era. That's the.
But she's like she's very eccentric, and I think that it's nice to have an eccentric person on the show.
Yes, I do. Okay, so here's what we need on the show. We've discussed this previously, but we need a mean guy on each tribe. One dude who just absolutely sucks. Everyone hates him.
We got some villains on this. This is the
We
thing.
got
We
some
got some
villains on this
villains.
season.
We got some kind of harmlessly weird people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, like because I mean, like I think that the clear villains so far are Rome and Gabe, right? Like
Yeah, Rome definitely. Gabe. I'm
Gabe
so
is kind of like angling for it.
yeah. I'm so curious what's gonna happen with Gabe because it feels like they're setting up for a huge blindside later in the season, which
The
I
thing where
am here
Gabe keeps
for.
being the thing where Gabe keeps being like, I wanted a middle-aged woman to be like my
Yeah,
partner, and this worked out great for me. The fact that he keeps saying that is weird to me. Also,
yeah. Gabe, we all want middle-aged women to be friends with. Like what? Shut up, Gabe. Um, so we need one strong man who sucks, who thinks he's right all the time. We need one eccentric person. We need one chill person.
oh, we've also got Andy is also one
Ugh.
of the weirder contestants on this season, and also we have a new Chris. Uh, who's
Oh
it?
God.
We have a new rapping Chris.
Yeah, and we need one rapper, one white rapper who's bad on every tribe
Yeah.
going forward. Okay, so speaking of Sam, he's on the Gada tribe, right? The bamboo is
I will say
uncomfortable.
Sam is
Okay.
significantly more likable than Chris was, but
Well, Chris was your favorite guy, so you must love
he was. Well,
Sam.
I brought him back for a reason.
Yeah, Legends Only. Was he on Legends Only?
I believe he was on Legends Only.
Great stuff. Great season. Go back and listen to that, folks. The bamboo is uncomfortable to sleep on, so Annika decides they'll all work together on the shelter so it goes faster. But she and Sam do not get along. Sam wants to go fishing. Why is this so difficult?
Yeah, I think it's just two type A people.
Go do your own things then. You don't all need to be working on the shelter, and you don't need to get
See,
permission from
this is
anybody to
this
go
is
fishing.
this is the thing that like I do think you'll get these tribes where you have someone who's a control freak and they're like everyone needs to do the thing that I said. You can't do anything else. You can't take initiative on anything else. You have to listen to me. And I think that's what happened here.
I don't like this tribe. I think the vibes are bad.
The vibes are bad.
Um, Sam yelled at them. It's not the Ritz Carlton. Oh, I think he yelled that at us. I didn't. I thought that was stupid.
Yeah, I think that was in a cutaway or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean I get the I understand from him. It's like we just got didn't they just get fishing gear like or no the red tribe got fishing gear. Did they get like limited fishing gear or something?
Yes.
So it's like you just got some stuff to fish with. You might as well use it.
Yeah. Just say that. Just be normal and tell them that. You don't need to
Or yeah,
freak
or
out.
you could just be like, if you guys want to work on this, I'm gonna go fishing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We're all adults here.
Yeah, then you're handling two things at once. I think you've got enough people to work on the shelter.
It feels like a fucking Kid Nation episode every time we check in
It
with the
does
Gotta
feel like a
tribe.
Kid Nation. You are so right. That's so true.
Sam is annoyed with Annika's need for control. Cher Andy is chronicling people's action, or as he calls it, data.
Yeah, I love the normal way to talk about people. You're getting so much good data from this.
This is why Jeff loves Andy, because they talk about human beings in the same way.
That's true. Yeah, I wonder if Annika has a way that she can compare this to dating apps. We haven't been getting enough of that from her.
This is like when you see a guy holding a fish on a dating app. Swipe
So, yeah.
left.
Oh my God. Why do you want to get a fish so bad, Sam? So you can hold it up for your dating profile? Red flag.
Trying to impress Sierra with the fish you catch. Over on Lavo, Rome wants to beat the Survivor fishing record. Who cares? Why does anyone care?
I don't
About
know.
this.
It's also really, I really enjoyed the Rome fishing thing where he was catching like the smallest fish of all time.
Oh my god. Rome is the provider for this tribe. How come no one is helping him? And why should he give anyone any of the fish he caught? Rome.
Rome is a character, man. Rome is a character, and I'm glad he's on this season.
And you know
He
what's
has made it very interesting.
I love Rome. And here's what I'll say about him catching all those fish. He caught all of those fish, small as they may be, in one day.
He did catch a lot of fish.
And
You
in one
do, in
day.
fact, gotta hand it to him.
Can't say that about much else. They talk over on Gata about Sam's never had. Oh, about food Sam's never had. Holy shit. And Sam says, I'm around watermelon a lot. That's a really funny thing to say. What, like, what,
I
what
one
are
of
you
the
talking
most
about?
yeah, really. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but one of the most entertaining types of things is like a person that just randomly hasn't tried a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
This is half the appeal of Dan Reichert from Giant Bomb is like every 2 seconds he's involved in something, he'll reveal some weird blind spot, and then everyone will make fun of him for it. That's an endless source of entertainment.
it's very fun. We like to make fun of my sister because she thinks black pepper is a little spicy.
These are negative white people stereotypes that we're trying to dispel. Okay, your sister needs to know that she's dragging all of us down when she does this.
Here's the thing though, Thomas. It's not a stereotype if it's true.
That's right. Yeah.
And it is true that my sister doesn't like black pepper because it's too spicy.
That's crazy. I cannot imagine what that must be like.
Like, what do you eat? Andy tries to join Sam and Sierra alliance and gives Sierra his shot in the dark so she'll trust him.
This is insane. Like, dude, what are you doing? I did like that she was like, I don't know why he's doing this, but I mean, I guess he wants to play with me, so that's good.
That's good. I love this dynamic so much. It's so fucking funny. I really want Andy and Rome to end up on the same tribe at some point because they are two of the greatest characters on this in this new nice era, and I can't wait to see them combine and combust.
Those are two people that it's going to be very interesting if and when they make the merge. I don't know how that's going to go for either of them.
Okay, on Tuku, Kyle and Gabe eat a bug, and Gabe is very adamant about Kyle staying in the game. Cool.
I'm also very adamant about Kyle staying in the game, so I'm glad we're on the same page here.
As long as he's not voted out, I'm happy. Gabe wants to take out Tiana now. Bad. Gabe is on my hit list. One, you're weird about
I like Tiana.
Old women. Two, you want to take the young woman that I like out. Third, we'll see. 3 strikes and you're out. You know what I mean? Did he do anything especially good or funny that we like yet, or was he just weird about
he had
Sue?
the thing where he like very loudly dropped the box when
that was him. Yeah, that was pretty good. But I don't know that that's more like a ball.
I'm willing to give him a little rope because he is
so he can hold on to that box.
Well, that and also like I think it's good to have a villain, and I like that someone's trying to do that. But you know what? You give somebody a little rope. Sometimes it's just enough to hang themselves with. Yeah. So we'll see.
Just a little rope, so he can tie a knot around that box handle, but he can't tie a noose. Gabe wants to take out Tiana. Kyle tells Sue and Carolyn that Gabe views them as his goats. That's true. Gabe is doing too much too early.
He is doing too much.
Then a boat comes to each camp. Kyle, Annika, and Rome go on the journey. You love the journey?
I hate the journey.
So at the journey, they all introduce themselves. Rome and Annika are excited to hear that TK is gone. Wow, this happened all so long ago now. They go to pick up 2 scrolls, either losing their votes or getting the opportunity to steal a vote. Sure, okay. And our guy, Rome, gets the advantage. And you know what he says? It's no longer Survivor 40 Several. We can call it now Survivor Rome.
It is Survivor Rome, because you know what? This season wasn't built in a day.
That's right. Built in 26. I support it. We've been begging for a new location for years now, and I think Survivor Rome would be pretty cool. Maybe the Pope could make an appearance. He lives there.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice. Remember Borat?
Yeah, how much?
How much for a visit from the Pope? $1 million? and then you do the Mr. Evil thing with your pinky.
Yeah, well, it's a $1 million for a visit from Pope and Change also. So
I think it might be 1.5 million actually.
that's right. Excuse me.
Because we need
$1.5 million.
we need to give 500 to Mr. Obama. And then
Do you think it's come back around now? I'm sorry. Do you think it's come back around now that if you do the $1 million thing, people think it's funny? I think it has.
Obviously, we just did it for like 20 minutes, and it was hilarious every
I loved
time.
it. I loved it.
Over on Gata, Annika returns and tells them everything that happened, mostly. And then she only tells the other women the truth. Oh, Black Widow Brigade much? You ever do the Black Widow Brigade on your season of Survivor?
It's going to happen again, guys. The Black Widow Brigade is real. It's going to happen again.
It's going to happen again.
What are they calling themselves now?
The Breadwinners.
Breadwinners, yeah.
We'll get to that.
Breadwinner Brigade.
Kyle returns to Tuku and tells the truth. Of course he does. Kyle's a truth teller. Kyle, good dude. Good dude, Kyle.
We love Kyle.
Every tribe needs one good dude, too. Just like somebody to root for, you know?
Yeah.
A Chris Noble,
I think it's
perhaps.
important. I think it's important for morale to have.
Yeah, and it's just
like,
good to have somebody to root for on each tribe.
Was it Clay last year? Who's the
Thomas?
I think I
have
have his
like
name
6
wrong.
months ago.
Yeah.
How do you expect me to remember anything that happened? Kenzie? Was it Kenzie?
No, it was Hunter. It wasn't his name Hunter.
Who?
The Southern guy. The guy that built his own Survivor challenges.
Oh, yeah. He was good. He was a camp person, too.
Hunter Ellis is...
yeah.
Or wait, no. That's a different guy.
Oh, okay.
Hunter McKnight.
I see why you would confuse those two people. They have the same first name. They could be on Survivor same names if we ever get around to doing that one. Rome tells Lavo that he lost his vote, which is a lie, which is something villains do. What do you think about that? Our guy's a villain. We're rooting for villains now.
I think it's a little short-sighted on his part, but, you know, I mean, I get why you would do it. It's just a thing that is going to be verifiably false at a certain point.
Rome tells Teeny he got to steal a vote, which pushes her more into an alliance with him because he's basically unstoppable at this point. That's a good thing to form an alliance around. Yeah.
Definitely, like, beating all of your alliance members into submission is a thing that will inspire loyalty. But actually, it kind of did, weirdly.
Then at the immunity challenge, they have to do obstacles in the water and then a puzzle. Pretty cool stuff.
We love puzzle.
We love puzzle. We love jumping into water and doing obstacles. The winners get hammocks and a tarp. Pretty fun. Then Jeff is inspired by Keyshawn's willingness to do the challenge despite not being a strong swimmer. And then he yells at us to apply to Survivor. This didn't inspire me to apply to Survivor. And I'm a great swimmer. Sorry.
I can swim just fine, but this did not make me want to go on Survivor.
Here's my issue. Hot take. Chicago needs better beaches.
Yeah, they don't have the good Lake Michigan beaches. We got those in West Michigan.
So much of it is fucking cement with like metal, siding or whatever to keep the lake from overtaking the city. Yeah. Fine. Okay, fine. I understand why you do that. But also, there's all these big rocks now. I can't jump in the water and have fun.
You just got to come up to Grand Haven or whatever.
Or
Saugatuck.
That's like 2 hours away.
I know.
I don't want to do that. Okay, what does this challenge add to the season or the story as a whole? This is a thought I had while watching this immunity challenge. What do you think?
Yeah, can you repeat that question?
What does this challenge add to the season or the story as a whole?
Nothing beyond just who wins what.
Yeah.
That's kind of a problem with them nowadays, right? Is that they don't have anything to do with the they were very much tied into the like themes and motifs of the season, back in the old days, and now they're just they don't mean anything.
And it's like, oh, we got this big wooden structure from last season. We should use it again because it took so long to make. Yeah, okay. Or you could, I don't know, do something interesting. I want to watch a supercut of every challenge from every season in order to pinpoint when the challenges became just all like this. Like, what? This sucked. At one point, Jeff exclaims, "We got a challenge."
I guess.
Like, what is the challenge? Best at doing obstacles? Is this summer camp? Because I thought the challenge was summer
creative.
camp.
It's just not creative anymore.
This is boring now. Like, they used to have to carry a torch from the water to a big man made of wood chips or whatever. And then they lit it up with bees. I'm misremembering that movie. But remember when they had to go run through the woods and do trivia and carry a camera with them the whole time?
Yeah.
That was good.
I mean, it's just not the same.
Gata does obstacles the best. Tuku does obstacles the second best. Cool. Lavo, Beach, Teeny, and Keyshawn are tight with Genevieve and Rome. The core four, as they are known. And what a core four they are, right?
I like calling things core four. I think that's a fun alliance name.
I do too. Asia wants to target Rome, but can't because of his advantage. Why? Just be more clever than him. That's all this game is.
Well, I mean, I don't know that they know this, but he does have an idol, so...
Okay, well, again, be more clever than him. They make him think he doesn't need to play
It's an idol that he has to play, though. Like, he literally has to play it.
Well, steal it from him. I don't know. Teeny talks to Asia about the two of them sticking together. Great. And then Saul becomes the target. Oh, okay. Rome tells Saul it's likely going to be Asia because Saul is strong. And then Rome calls himself Boston Rob's godson. Was this cool? Did this make you happy to hear?
No, I mean, I think this is in line with Rome being one of the season's villains.
Saul is onto his ploy. Rome tells Saul that he should just draw Asia the continent. And Saul goes, yeah, that'd be funny.
I love every Rome-Saul interaction because Saul is just not buying anything that he says to him. I love Saul, by the way. I think he's great.
I like him more and more every episode. Asia refuses to vote for anyone but Genevieve. Bad move. Bad move from Asia.
Yeah, this was a lot of self-inflicted wounds from Asia. This is literally Teeny like pleading with her, like, please do not keep doing what you're doing, and she just wouldn't listen.
Yeah. So then Rome is worried at tribal council about being asked the first question. I mentioned earlier, I don't like when things get too meta. This is too meta. That's like, okay.
Play Survivor.
Yeah, to make another sports analogy, baseball season is in full swing, postseason, I should say. That's like a baseball pitcher. You know, when a pitcher is pitching a no-hitter, you're not supposed to talk about it or else you'll ruin it. That's like a pitcher looking at the camera in like the middle of the seventh inning. And
can't believe I'm pitching a no-hitter. This is on my baseball bucket list.
Like, shut up. This sucks.
Check this one off the list.
They talk about paranoia. Keyshawn drops the reference to the core four. Bad move from Keyshawn. You're not supposed to put a number in your alliance name. We learned that a few seasons ago. 2, don't talk about your alliance in front of other people at tribal council. Come on
now.
Asia talks about walking up on your friends who are having lunch without you.
Yeah, you're in a group chat, and then they maybe texted each other. I like that the analogy didn't make that much sense because she was saying it like it was a 3-person group chat, and then it was 2 people at lunch. So they don't have a separate group chat. They just texted each other individually, which is a thing that often happens between friends.
Yeah, but like, why wasn't she invited to brunch? You ever think about that?
I don't know. Not
And
everything's about
also,
you.
and also, she will talk your ear off for an entire 2
That's
hour
right.
flight.
Yeah. Maybe it's
Interesting.
because you wouldn't stop talking to them on the plane. You ever think about that?
This group chat I started with these 2 seatmates I had on a plane.
That
I
would be
ran
the
into them
best.
at
Would be
brunch.
all of it. I ran into this married couple that I wouldn't stop talking to at brunch. They didn't say in the group chat that they were doing it, and they didn't invite me.
I've been hitting them up since we landed. They wouldn't make eye contact with me when I passed by with my dog. It seemed like they were covering their face for some reason. Oh, that's so funny. Asia talks about. Oh, sorry, we already talked about that. They vote Rome places idol, so he negates 1 vote. It's from the On Fire podcast. It sounds like Jeff is not going to be using these must-use idols in the future, because it does just make one person invincible for 1 round. You know. So I guess that's good. Then Saul gets a vote, Genevieve gets a vote, and Asia gets 3 votes. Somebody did draw Asia, but then they also wrote Asia. Do you think
I think it was Rome. I believe
That's
Rome
really
is the
funny.
one that did that.
if somebody doesn't fucking draw Rome when they vote for Rome later in the season, I'm gonna be upset.
I think Rome is writing it on both sides because he did the same thing with the following tribal council.
It's a weird thing to do.
You know
This
what?
is-
It's this the Rome, the little extra spice, the Rome difference.
That's right. It's a little black pepper.
Yeah, throwing a little bit. Sorry, it's too spicy for you.
It's a little spicy, but, you know, some people like it. Okay, so the second episode we watched this week was called Is That Blood in Your Hair? Pretty good title.
Great title.
One of the best in recent memory. I was like, what am I trying to say? We start off on Lavo. Saul has a very level-headed reaction to Asia's blind side.
This was so nice to see after no one acting like this for multiple seasons in a row. Someone just being like, we're playing a game. It's fine.
Yeah. So then Teeny admits she voted for Saul, but then tells us it's because she had a parasocial relationship with famous podcaster Asia Welch.
I
This
think
is lame.
that is not something that should factor into your Survivor game personally. I like Teeny, but I think that's something you need to get over.
But then I wonder, did people not vote out Brad Culpepper because he was Brad Culpepper?
I had a parasocial relationship with this like moderately successful NFL player.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds right?
You know what
See-
that didn't happen with is the mayor of Slamtown. I think if people had more
That's
of a
right.
parasocial relationship with him, he would have made the merge.
And you know what? They actually did have a parasocial relationship with somebody on that season who did make it to the final 3, but did not end up winning because they were already a rich
Yes,
person.
even though everyone agrees now that they should have won.
Yeah. They were not going to be writing into law that you can marry your own cousin or whatever. Did you hear about this?
I did hear about this.
Yeah, that was wild. It apparently was a typo, but I still think it's quite funny. Teeny says she wanted to be a villainous mastermind, but actually, she's kind of sensitive.
Teeny is too nice to play that kind of game.
I love Teeny.
Yes.
She is my favorite.
Too likable.
Too likable. You can't be too likable. Teeny is this tribe's hunter.
Slash
Or
Kyle.
Kyle.
I think calling it the tribe Kyle is honestly a good. I think everyone will know what you mean when you say that.
Every tribe needs a Kyle. I love Kyle too because my cousin is married to a man named Kyle, and we've all known for well over a decade now, and he is just like such a chill bro.
He is I've met him.
Friends
He's
with
a very,
everybody.
very chill bro. He is also nice presence to have.
He's our family's Kyle, like literally and figuratively. Teeny. We already talked about Teeny. Teeny, stop being so sensitive. That's our advice to you. And maybe Rome can pass that on because we know he's listening. Oh, do you think Rome stopped listening when we took a week off?
Could be. I don't know.
Damn.
It's not. They don't have to get. Look, Rome got what he needed out of the show, which was the DYWSLN bump. So
Let's hope so. Man, he is putting some pressure on that bump, though.
we'll see.
Like, Rome is thrilled with how Tribal went. He says he's 110% confident it's going to be Saul next Tribal.
I was like, well, Saul's not getting voted out. The editors know what they're doing when they put that in there.
When he said that, I was like, is Rome actually a listener? Because that's like, wow, rule number 1 of the DYWSLN bump.
If there's anything
never
we can,
say you're confident.
Rome, if there's anything we can impart to you beyond that, listening to this podcast, we'll let you win the show. It's you must not ever say that you are confident.
So okay. So then we go over to the Gada tribe, and the first thing we get over there is Sam rapping. Did you love this?
He sure was rapping. He was freestyling. I don't know that there's anything I want less in my life than for someone to be like, I'm going to freestyle. Do you want me to let me lay down a freestyle? I think even more than someone pulling out an acoustic guitar, there's no good that can come from this.
What if they still had luxury items on this show and people brought an acoustic guitar and then announced they also could rap?
If they brought the acoustic guitar, they should have to find it, like Charlie on Lost.
That's a fun challenge. Oh my god. Find your luxury item. First tribe to find all their luxury items wins their luxury items. Oh, look at that. It's a fucking fun, interesting, clever challenge that references the people in the group and brings back a part of... Thomas, we just made up a real good challenge, actually.
Yeah, I think there should also be a challenge where they have to fix up an old VW bus.
Yes, and then drive it down a hill to prove that they won.
He had to roll start it.
And also, they should have to push a button every 108 minutes.
Yes, oh my god, I couldn't agree more.
First tribe to miss, out, loses. Ooh, actually, that should be an individual immunity challenge. And everybody is in their own little spot.
And they're playing Mama Cass there, and you're injecting yourself with some vitamins or whatever, and you have a gun.
And you have a gun, yeah. We're always saying Survivor needs more guns.
Yeah.
Andy
Make your own kind of music.
And Sam certainly was. Andy questioned Sierra about her dating Sam rumors. Who cares? This is so stupid.
This is what we in news like to call a nothing burger.
So true. Annika, Rachel, and Sierra deem themselves the breadwinners. And this proves to be a very important alliance this episode. I'm so tired of this tribe.
Would you say that this has a lasting impact?
It seems to. Over on Tuku, Sue is especially tired and cries, which makes Gabe bond with her greater. Sue cries. It has a lasting impact.
This has a lasting impact.
Sue is 58, but has been telling everybody she's 45.
See, this is exactly what I want. This is exactly the kind of stuff I want people doing on Survivor.
Was this very Coach-esque to you?
It was kind of a little bit of Debbie in there too.
I mean,
she
Debbie
just started
was
talking. I know
the
that she has been talking about the one job that she has a lot, but I think it would be great if she lied about having that job and said she had like 50 other jobs.
Yeah, she was
more people should do that.
She was, before owning an aviation school, a model and convicted felon.
Oh, is she actually a convicted felon?
Debbie is, yeah.
Oh, Debbie is, yeah.
Because remember, she like falsified like Katrina water results or something like that back in like 2005 or I don't know, shortly thereafter. Yeah, so she, I think she went to jail or was at least like arrested or whatever after she was on Survivor, but still, pretty funny stuff. Sue finds a beware advantage, telling her to find the idol on a palm tree. This was good. She finds it and the coconut bursts open, splashing red paint everywhere. Good. I liked this. Do more of this in the future. This was so fucking funny.
This was great. The reaction of getting found and just being like, I accidentally shot myself. Don't worry about it.
They gave me this gun. I didn't know what to do with it. They said this is the new era.
So she said that she was playing around with the machete, but then said that she didn't cut herself.
Yeah, so who did you cut up?
And then I think
Sue?
she said she tripped or something. Yeah, there was a lot of. Tiana was not buying this. And look, I get it's tough on the spot to have someone be like, "You're bleeding."
Yeah.
I feel like I would just be like, maybe I like bumped my head while I was sleeping or something. But that's easy for me to say because I've had time to think about it.
Yeah. Or just be like, act dumb. Oh my God.
Oh, I don't know. I wonder what happened.
What? I'm bleeding? From where? And then you like touch around where the blood is and you don't see anything. You're, oh, I guess it wasn't as bad as it looks. Or something along those lines. And then you just move on. Lying is so easy, Sue.
Yeah, playing dumb, always the way to go.
Honestly. Over on Lavo, Saul goes looking for... Oh my God. Saul goes looking for a new idol and Rome follows closely behind him. Was this a cool move from our buddy Rome?
I like to be like, you're not allowed to look for idols right now. It's a bad look for you to be looking for idols right now. Also, you have to give me your shot in the dark. It's the only way that I'll work with you. I just love that these are like insane bluffs. And Saul's reaction every single time was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Every single time he was just like, dude, is this real?
Just be normal. It's so
But you know
funny.
what? It all got smoothed over when Rome gave him the "I'm sorry if you felt that way" apology later.
God. Their dynamic is one of my favorite things about this
It is
season.
magic every time they're on screen together. It's so funny. It's like a great like Saul is a perfect straight man for that comedic duo.
Saul is Lavo's Kyle.
Yes.
Saul.
Well, Teeny is Lavo's Kyle.
I forgot Tina was also on Lavo.
It's like quarterbacks in the NFL. If you've got two Kyles, you've got no Kyles. You can only have one Kyle.
Yeah. I loved Saul telling Rome exactly what he was doing before he did it. To be like, I'm not looking for an idol. I'm going to get water. Keyshawn loves that Rome and Saul are fighting because he loves chaos. Ugh.
Chaos Keyshawn.
I already loved Keyshawn, but when he said that, I was like, yes, this is my man. I'm so
We need
excited.
more contestants who are messy bitches who love drama.
Yeah, that's me. So when Saul and Rome are fighting or whatever, did you see Teeny jims the camera real hard?
Teeny's been jimming the camera for sure.
Yeah, it's okay sometimes. That's my take.
Yeah, small doses.
Yeah, too much. Might get tired of it. Saul and Genevieve agreed to be allies moving forward. I like this. This was good.
Yeah, this was good. I think Genevieve has been playing a very nice, subtle game up to a maybe not so subtle part in this episode, and I think that's a potentially interesting alliance.
Okay. I know you love getting to the immunity challenge as quickly as possible, but we do actually have to check in with Gata one last time before we do that, because Andy's shot in the dark fell out of his bag. When that happened, I was like, didn't he give that to Sierra?
Yeah, dude.
Like, what is happening to this
Sort
man?
your fucking life out, mate.
Yeah. Just because you're bi doesn't mean you get to be messy in all aspects of your
Yes.
life.
He's like, I can't sit normally, and I'm bad at driving.
I can't make decisions like where to put my shot in the dark. Like, bro, that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you just have ADHD. It's not. That has nothing to do with being bi.
Being unable to make decisions when you're bi is like when you have a dog and also a cat. That's what they
Yeah.
mean by that. Not, I misplaced this important item. Sam calls him the survivor, George Costanza. I think that was a pretty apt conv. That was funny. Sierra and Andy discuss the Women's Alliance, and she tells him that they're called... What, Thomas? What's the Women's Alliance
The
called?
breadwinner.
The Breadwinner. So important. He
You could do
promises...
like an aristocrat style thing where that's the punchline.
That would be so good. We'll work on that for next week. He promises he will not utter that word to anyone ever. So he immediately tells Sam, and
Yeah, of
Sam
course.
gets so mad. I love how
Yeah,
Sam.
because it's a dumb name. I agree,
Yeah,
Sam.
that's why he was mad. Well, they could come up with something better, like Black Widow Brigade 2.
Yeah.
Sierra wants to take out Andy next, but that ain't gonna work for Schaumburg Sam. Sam and Sierra. Sam and Sierra is like a couple that was on the rocks.
Don't say that they're like a couple.
They're not like a couple. They're like a couple that was on the rocks, and then they're like, you know what we need? We need a third partner. So they brought in Andy, and
Yeah.
it just exasperated every issue
They went
they had.
uncoupled. They're like every like half of the couples uncoupled to thruple that are like, this is gonna save our relationship.
I forgot about that show. Okay, let's get to this immunity and reward challenge. The winners get 3 egg-laying hens, or 6 eggs if they take second place.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
If they ever did a fucking Christmas episode. Remember when shows did Christmas episodes? Holiday episodes at all?
Yeah, well, they can't anymore because of woke.
Survivor did a whole Halloween season, and it wasn't even fucking Halloween. It was their springtime season. Like, just give it a little bit of thought. We just came up with your perfect luxury item searching for it in the jungle challenge. And what if they have to do trivia challenge too? What if they have to do trivia challenge too?
What if they have to do trivia challenge too?
Instead, they have to push big cube, retrieve bags, build wooden frame, toss sandbags through the frame, transfer sandbags, dig up keys, unlock a rope fence, do a puzzle. You know, like Survivor. Testing your survival skills.
Yeah. You know, when you have to push a big cube over. That's the classic
nature?
survival skills, yeah.
Or when you have to dig up some keys. You know, like because you're living in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And often have to dig up keys to survive.
And then you got to do a puzzle or not do a puzzle, depending on who you are.
I did think the building of the wooden frame was kind of a cool wrinkle to this challenge. But when am I going to have to do that when I'm like looking out for bears in the woods, you know? This is Survivor, not summer camp, Jeff. Rome is especially bad at the puzzle. What happened here?
Okay, so this is the worst puzzle performance that anyone has ever had, right? Like,
Yes.
you can't do worse than this. He didn't get a single piece in there.
Yeah, I feel like the only way you could do worse is if you literally pushed the pieces into the water and then also dove in the water.
At a certain point, it's a combo of like, I know that he probably would have been stubborn about it, but somebody needs to step in and be like, you're done, right? Like, they can swap somebody out there, can't they?
They could have swapped Genevieve out, and they eventually did, but it was too late. But yeah, from what it sounds like, everybody was trying to tell him to try a different strategy, and he didn't do it.
This is sort of like the strength and flaw of Rome's game. It's like Rome is going to do his own thing, and that means that he's very good at sort of pursuing his own plans, but he's very bad at adjusting to feedback.
That's accurate, I would say. Gotta wins immunity and the 3 egg-laying hens. Very excited about the 3 egg-laying hens. Andy, Teeny, and Carolyn are picked for the journey. We get another journey. How about that?
Folks can't get enough of these journeys. More people should be losing their vote. Why are people not losing their vote all the time?
Yeah, agreed. Rome is worried about how the audience will view him after this challenge failure. That's another thing that was too meta. Don't worry about the audience.
It's like, don't worry about it, man. I mean, you just got to do you.
Yeah, there's so much fucking footage of you.
Also, I'm sorry, there's so many other things. Like, I'm just, at this point, it's like,
Yeah,
you're throwing
right?
so much at us that there's no single thing that we can judge you off of. There's too much happening.
Yeah. So then they over on Gata. The question is to kill or not to kill the chickens.
I'm a don't kill guy, but it would be hard for me to kill them. Yes.
Sam wants
and you still
to
get
eat the
eggs. You still get eggs out of it, so it's not like you're not getting anything.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. Sam wants to eat the chickens, though. So are you gonna upset Schaumburg Sam?
I think, if it turns out that, and I think they basically said this, it's like, if you're not getting a lot of eggs from them, then maybe you just cut bait. But I think it's
Mm-hmm.
worth waiting to see what kind of yield you're going to get.
Sure. Yeah, Sierra does not want to kill these
No.
chickens.
She's where I would be, which is like, I think if I would let someone else do it, I just couldn't be there for it.
Yeah. So on Lavo, they're so sad after losing. Rome isn't worried, though, because the core four know the plan is to take out Saul. And then Keyshawn suggests they use Genevieve as the decoy name while talking to Saul.
I think this is a thing where if you're suggesting something, always suggest yourself. Because you will piss people off if you say, like, if it's somebody that you're trying to work with, you are going to piss them off by trying to put them in harm's way.
Well, that's the issue with six-person tribes. Like, you're going to have to throw somebody's name out there.
I think you throw your own name out there. I think that's what you do.
But what if that comes back to bite you?
You think you live with it?
But you don't. Fire represents your life. Once your fire's gone, so are you. Unless it's edge of extinction, then you can come back.
Well, you know what? I think maybe you just got to read the room, and read the room wrong here.
How did they get fire on edge of extinction? Did they
big
get flame?
magnifying glass.
Must have been. Maybe they did a little challenge. Rome then tells Saul it's likely going to be him and tells him about his steal a vote and asks for his shot in the dark. And if he doesn't do it, he'll steal his vote. It's just too much.
This is the honest. I mean, this is just it's like you can't browbeat people like this, or at the very least, you pick the wrong person to try to do it to. Because Soul was not buying this. It was like, this is not worth it for me. Like, you're probably just gonna do it anyway. Which, as was said in the Talking Heads before that, he was like, and I'm gonna vote him out anyway, and that's probably gonna break him or whatever. So it's like, yeah, you're working with someone who's not operating in good faith. So just don't play the game.
I liked when Saul said, "Is this real life, bro?" And Rome says, "This is Survivor, bro."
This is Survivor, bro. Yeah.
And loved how much they were calling each other bro. It was so fucking funny.
I just love he's just like, why do I have to talk to you? I don't want to.
I know. And we get a whole nother week of them at least. Well, maybe not, though, because it did look like they were switching up tribes a little bit next week. Rome says a ton. It's an ultimatum, not a threat. Funny that he has to make that distinction.
Yeah, it's like, no, this is a threat.
It's
You're trying to coerce me into doing something.
Like, technically you are right, but it could also be a threat.
Those things are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah. Keyshawn is tired of Rome and comes up with the plan to take out Rome.
This is a very good plan. It's a very good plan. The problem with any really good plan is that there are a lot of elements to it, and sometimes if one thing doesn't go the way that you expected, and that is what happened here.
It's too many variables. Like, they had a fine plan. Core 4, vote for Saul. It's fine. Just chill. Use Teeny's name.
Yep, and
Teeny's going to be fine with it. Teeny will roll over
sensed that it
for
was
anybody.
time to make a big move, and he just didn't have a handle on what Roman Genevieve's relationship was, apparently. So
here's a great line from Saul. At tonight's tribal, Rome will burn.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. Rome's game wasn't built in a day. So
That's right. It was built in 26. Then on the journey, the note says flip the timer, then read the note. Here's the thing, though. The note said that. So they broke the rules before even starting the journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think everyone involved should have been suspended from the game.
I think the producers should have used the gun for the reason they were made, you know? You broke the rules. This is Survivor. Deal with it.
No second chances. This is not Survivor Second Chances. That was a different season.
This is Survivor Rome. I was like, what was the new name? Then they have a gossip session. Great stuff. The note tells them... Oh, did anything happen of note in the gossip session? No, right? Andy, was it Andy?
Yeah, I don't remember anything important happening here.
Okay. The note tells them if one of them agrees to lose their vote, they get to share an amulet idol. Teeny deliberates for a while and then finally decides to volunteer her vote. This sucked. Teeny should not have
Yeah.
had to do this.
This sucks. They need to stop doing this. The only reason that they do it is because they have airtime to fill. Like, no more of this. It's bad.
And they don't even have to do this. Just do 2 challenges. Do a reward challenge in the first, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes of the show. Do a immunity challenge around, like, I don't know, the 45 to 60 minute thing.
Yeah, it is insane that it's like you have more time to fill and you do fewer challenges.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
You used to have 42 minutes an episode. And you were able to fit in 2 challenges and the story and camp life. You now have twice that time with commercials. And you are combining challenges still? You have all these challenges you're constantly reusing. If you're not confident in the challenge, just do a reward challenge for a shitty reward. This was 2 really good episodes, I think. I'll say that.
Yes,
But we
this is
seem
the
to have a
thing.
lot of issues with these challenges.
Well, it's 2 really good episodes because of the players involved. It's
Yeah.
not like they're being teed up for success here. This is an issue like they're making it good episodes in spite of some structural issues.
You know, remember in 2020 when we all watched The Last Dance?
Yes.
And the big debate throughout was another sports metaphor. Sorry, Survivor fans. I know we all hated the metaphors in Tribal Council for all those years, but we're bringing them back. The Last Dance, the debate was, does the team, do the athletes win the game, or does the system, whatever, the structure of the team, what's it called? The dynasty? Not dynasty. You know,
like organization.
The organization, like the guys who put the team together. Survivor, the producers, is the organization. And the players are the players, right? And the players are always the ones who are making the game good. Because the game was good in Borneo, and it's still good in 47. But it's because the players are interesting, and the way they interact is interesting. It's not
You
because
saying
of
the
fucking
words
amulet idol.
Survivor the producers is interesting to me because do you think that maybe they're trying to do the producer style thing, but they're succeeding on accident?
That is a wild theory. When are they going to bring out Hitler?
They're not doing that. Jeff would never try to kill Survivor. I think they think I don't understand what they think they're doing.
Yeah. The idols have to be used together no matter what, forcing them into an alliance. I don't know about this yet.
I don't like this.
Oh, sorry, you cut out. What'd you say?
I said I don't like this.
What is your take on this?
It's just they need to make the advantages less complicated, not more. Fewer of them.
Okay, but Thomas, they have to
Make
fill
them
90
straightforward.
minutes. Well, what you think finding an immunity idol that everybody understands and has understood for 20 years on this show is going to be interesting for the viewer? Just because it's worked every time for the past 20 years? Get over yourself.
I think it would be
No.
interesting to do a season with no immunity idols, but you don't tell them that there's no immunity idols.
They'll
you
never do
admit
that.
it.
They'll never do that. Everybody has said that to Jeff, and he says, no.
I don't understand
The advantages
why.
make the show interesting and fun now. No, they don't.
I think going the other direction would make things interesting and fun. Even if you only did it for one season, it would be worth trying.
Yeah, and then the season after that, introduce 1 immunity idol. 2 immunity idols. Hell, even 3 immunity idols, 1 for each beach. Whatever. I don't really care. But just like, make it a little simpler of a game. It's easier to follow. Every week my mom goes, did you watch Survivor? I didn't really understand what was going on with this. Every week. You want middle-aged moms to not understand what you're doing, Jeff? I thought that's who you were aiming for. No, he wants kids now, and kids are, their attention spans. They want to read all the rules all the time. Kids love rules. That's what I learned babysitting this week. They go back to their respective beaches, and all of them are 100% honest. Why? You have this opportunity to lie.
Yeah, you can't be playing too honest and we can't all be Kyles. Although Kyle did lie about not saying the name of the alliance. Was that him? That was somebody else, wasn't it?
That was Andy.
That was Andy, you're right.
Rome then fills in Teeny on the plan to use Genevieve as the decoy name. And then we get an incredible montage of Keyshawn seeming like the mastermind.
This was so good.
Is deep in thought, and we get a full-on heel turn from Genevieve.
This is incredible.
She drops everything on Rome and targets Keyshawn. Phenomenal. So satisfying.
It is wild seeing somebody take control of the game this unilaterally, but it's like, you know what? She seized her moment, so...
Yeah, she was totally right to do what she did.
She seized the Roment.
Let's talk about these wildlife shots. We got nothing new. We got hermit crab.
Wow, this sounds exactly like Survivor, doesn't it? Fucking nothing new.
We got fish. We got
Same
a million
old shit.
fish, as always. We got pigeon. We've talked about the pigeon 1,000 times. We got the snake. There's only 3 snakes that they ever show us.
Jake, I think that the new name of this season is not Survivor Rome, it's Survivor SOS. Same old shit.
Good. At Tribal Council, Jeff asks Rome what happened at the challenge, and he doesn't feel like he really answers the question. Does he?
I think that a good strategy in Tribal Council is not answering the question. Answer the question that... This is like any debate. Answer the question you want to answer. Don't answer the question. Because you can be pinned down if you answer the question.
Yeah. Saul says camp was chaotic. Yeah, your whole fucking beach is chaotic, bro. Rome reiterates his ultimatum to Saul. This was silly.
I did like him very testily correcting Jeff, and Jeff being like, sorry, my mistake. Jeff was very amused.
Yeah. Good episode for Jeff, I think.
Yes, I agree.
Ultimatum is this season's several, I think. It might be. Saul promises he will play his shot in the dark. And then Jeff says a really cool sentence. He says, what's weird about this is he's a real person.
Thanks. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, we know. That's the whole thing with this show. That's like a line that would serve like a wrestling match so much better. Like a commentator being like, how did he do that? He's a real person. Like, yeah, you cast 18 real people every season. You've been telling us twice a year, every year, for 25 years. We know. What are you talking about, Jeff? Rome plays his steal a vote and steals Keyshawn's vote. And Keyshawn is voted out 4-0. This sucked.
It was a bummer.
Didn't like it. Well, I mean,
look, the gameplay that... I don't love the result because I like Keyshawn and I was hoping you'd stick around. But I will say, we got some very compelling gameplay to get to that point. So I will say, This would not have been the episode it was if Keyshawn didn't get voted out.
Speaking of wrestling, it's like when Seth Rollins smashed Roman Reigns, or when Sami Zayn smashed Roman Reigns with a chair.
Right. And I went, no, when I saw it.
It's like, I knew it was going to happen.
Dean Ambrose. I was like, no.
Yeah, man, back in the day. Okay, so last episode, we each had 10 points. You picked Teeny from Lavo. She survived both episodes. 2 more points for you for that. I picked our man, Rome. Shout out to you, Rome. Thanks for listening. I got 2 points for him surviving. It was close there for a second. I was not sure. It says here you picked TK for Tuku.
I did.
Was that just like because
he's TK for Tuku Puffs?
Great bit. I picked Sue from the aviation school.
Sue's doing great.
She survived both episodes, 2 more points for me. I picked Schomburg Sam, 2 more points for me for that. You picked Schomburg Sierra for Gata, 2 more points for that. We both said Lava would win reward, which never happened.
Crazy.
You said PB&J would be one of the rewards.
Wasn't
Did not
there.
happen.
Yep.
I said comfort items, and they did in fact get hammocks, so I'm going to take a point for that. You said Tuku would win immunity. They did both times. 2 more points for you. And I said Lava would win immunity, and they didn't at any point.
Yep. They sure didn't.
You said Andy would be voted out. I said Tiana. Neither happened. You said Outback Steakhouse would show up. I said Applebee's. Neither happened. So you now have 16 points, and I have a lucky number, 17. Several teen.
Whoa.
Ovaltine. Okay. Who's winning the next reward? And remember, we might be swapping tribes, so if you want to just pick one person, I think that's fair.
No, I think we got to pick tribe.
Wow, the mystery.
Reward, I'm going to say that Tuku is going to win reward.
I feel like Tuku doesn't get as much screen time as the other.
Oh, they
two tribes.
absolutely do not.
I don't really know what the dynamics on Tuku are.
Yeah, they don't show us much of it.
I'll say fucking Gata, I guess. I'm a messy bitch who loves drama.
Messy bitch who loves Gata.
The reward will be...
Good question.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my God, thank you. It's probably, I mean, they've done all non-food rewards. I mean, the chickens, I guess, are technically food, but it's more similar to like fishing gear, where it's like the promise of food in the future.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say pizza.
Oh, that would be so tasty. You could go for a pizza right now. I am down for a piece of pizza, and only any day that ends with Y.
Oh, you're so bad.
Thank you. I'm going to say... I almost said wine. Would that be a wild thing to say?
It's wine o'clock. They've
wine
had
o'clock
wine on there
somewhere.
before.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like it's a little early for wine o'clock, though. It's like 4:45, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll say the other beverage of choice for basic bitches who love drama. Coffee.
Don't talk to me until I've had it.
Yeah, exactly. And who's winning immunity?
I'm gonna say that. Say Gata is winning immunity.
I'll say Tuku.
Okay.
There's a reason we haven't seen much of them, and it's because they win. Okay, and who's getting voted out? This is always my least favorite one.
I'm gonna say Andy. I'm gonna say this is Andy's time.
Oh my God. Okay. Andy is not getting voted out.
No, this
ever.
is.
Andy is taking 3rd place, maybe 4th.
Yeah, this is somehow Andy's gonna make it all the way to the end.
Who's getting voted out? I think it will be Schomburg Sam.
Okay. I'm actually changing mine. They're gonna bring John Lovett back, and he's gonna immediately get voted out. Someone's gonna get medevaced, and then they're gonna be like, John Lovett, you're back, and then he's gonna get voted out again.
They should do that. That's how they do it in the challenge. If somebody gets medevaced shortly after an elimination, they just bring the person back.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. Here's a new segment. Not new. Here's an old segment called My Mom Stays. She does not like how Rome is playing this game.
Okay.
And she does not like Genevieve now.
Okay. Rome is getting the DYWSLN bump. He's not getting the Jake's mom bump.
I told my mom.
Which your mom is wrong about a lot of predictions, so that might be good for him.
Yes. But she was correct about her Kyle prediction. So,
that's true.
You know, we will have to see. Granted, her final 3 were voted out 1 and 2, so that was pretty funny. Thomas, this last couple of episodes that we've watched this week, we saw the whole arc of Schauberg, Sam, and Sierra. So can you tell us the name of this week's quote?
So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty having me. Then he told the people you can call me
Right
your
now,
majesty.
your stance on these popular romance tropes will reveal your perfect Jane Austen adaptation.
Yes, I forgot this was the one. I'm so excited for this. This is from November 10th of 2023. Okay, I still feel like that was recent enough that we don't need to be like, what was happening in the news? My 7-year-old niece this weekend asked me and my wife if we knew about the Twin Towers. And we said, yeah.
You should
How
have been
do you
like,
know
no,
about
what?
that? Can you explain? What happened? Because you're just a girl standing in front of a boy wishing he was Mr. Darcy, remember?
Of
Margaret
course.
Wiggins, community contributor with over 6,000 points. Pretty good stuff. Enemies to lovers. Hate it or love it?
Hate it or love it, the underdog's on top. Let me see. I'm going to say I'm neutral. I'm exactly neutral on it. Do you have to pick? Does it let you stay in the middle?
I think you probably have to like click the button, but you can probably.
Oh, it looks like it's on the
Set it in the
sliding
middle.
scale, so I'm putting it exactly in the middle.
Perfect. I'm putting it all the way at love it. John Lovett, more like.
I'm I'm right in between John Lovett and John Leave It. That's hate it or love it is love it or leave it is what it is.
Okay. Opposites attract. Love it or leave it.
Right in the middle.
I think it's cute. I saw Grease really young, so I think it influenced a lot of my perception of romance.
I just saw the movie Carrie, and I'm more into John Travolta's relationship in that movie, especially when they get.
The one with blood all over the lady?
Have you not seen Carrie?
I never actually have seen Carrie.
Dude, you got to see Carrie. Carrie's a great movie.
But it's so scary.
It is like a comedy for 90% of the movie, and then there's like a horrible bloodletting in it. It's great.
Okay, cool. I'm down. What about Love Triangle? Leave it or love it?
Love it because of Bizarre Love Triangle, the New Order song.
Oh, good call. I'm gonna say I'm gonna lean more toward hate it because of Andy.
Okay.
Forbidden Love and it's Brokeback Mountain, another movie I have yet to see. It's been on my list for 20 years.
Leave it. I only like Permitted Love.
I'm gonna put love it. I think it's so cute. Fake dating. This shit sucks.
Not
Leave
real. Not real. Not acknowledging it. Right in the middle.
Yeah. Forced right in the middle.
Right
of
in the
course.
middle on forced proximity. I have no opinion.
Forced proximity. I don't really care. I'm also gonna leave it in the middle. Oh man, this web page is too much for my web browser. Oh, best friends to lovers, and it's When Harry Met Sally. If you don't love this one, I'm gonna have some questions.
They're
for
right in
you
the middle.
because
Right in the middle on this one.
You've seen it When Harry Met Sally, though, right?
I have seen When Harry Met Sally.
And it didn't convince you that they were perfect for each other? Weird.
I refuse to believe that Billy Crystal is anyone's soulmate.
What about Mistaken Identity? Love it or leave it?
Right in the middle.
Okay, I'm gonna say hate it. That's weird.
That's lying.
Now this next one is interesting, Thomas. Best friend's sibling.
I have no opinion. I haven't an opinion.
I have 2 siblings. You have 1 sibling. We're best friends. I'm gonna say love it. Obviously, 100%. And of course, star-crossed lovers like Romeo and Juliet. Leonardo
Hate it.
DiCaprio and
Leave
Juliet
it.
Lewis.
Leave it.
Leave
Boo.
it. Come on. I think I love it. Obviously, 100%.
Maybe you
I'm
shouldn't be
done.
lovers if you're so star-crossed. That's what I say.
If your stars are crossed, maybe you shouldn't be loving each other so much. But what do the stars know?
You know what? I'm done. I like that I'm done. This is the last thing
Yeah.
we click on this. I'm fucking over it.
I'm not doing this anymore. It tells me to watch Sense and Sensibility from 1995. This period drama stars a young Emma Thompson. Oh, I'm also getting confetti. Are you getting confetti?
Yeah, that's Sense and Sensibility. I believe that is directed by Ang Lee.
Oh, right on. I like Ang Lee.
You know what else Ang Lee directed? Gemini Man. So it probably should have told
Yep.
you to watch Gemini Man instead.
Mm-hmm.
Watch
These
a
romance
real
tropes
movie.
will tell you which Gemini man to watch.
You could have been watching Ang Lee's Hulk or Gemini Man instead of that bullshit.
The boyishly handsome Hugh Grant and the stoic Alan Rickman get ready to be transported back in time with this charming adaptation. Ugh. Okay, what did it tell you?
Well, it was telling you to watch that fucking nerd bullshit. It was telling me to watch Clueless from 1995. This 90s staple is actually a modern take on Jane Austen's 1815 novel Emma. Enjoy the throwback vibes, red outfits, and ironic lines of this cult classic.
I don't think I realized that was based on a Jane Austen novel.
Well, that's because you're a fucking idiot.
My favorite Jane Austen adaptation.
I also didn't know that, by the way.
Well, because I'm not the only idiot on this podcast, apparently. Why'd they call it podcast and not idiot cast?
Yeah,
Good
that's
joke.
right.
Fire Island, the Joel Kim Booster movie that came out on Hulu like a year or two ago, is based on, I think, Pride and Prejudice. Is that the one with Mr. Darcy?
Yes.
Yeah. It's very good. It's a cute little gay rom-com set on a vacation island, I guess.
I only like Pride and Prejudice and zombies.
I only
Remember
like
that?
The Walking
Remember
Dead.
that?
Yeah, of course I fucking remember that. I loved Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Yeah.
Man, millennials were
It
in
was
charge
the
of
worst,
culture
man. There
reviews
was
for
some
too long.
real garbage that we should have to pay for at some point.
I saw some tweet today that was like, I just saw this post that would have done numbers on Tumblr in 2014.
Oh, is that the one that said Kent Weed?
Yeah, Kent Weed, that's what it was.
It was
yeah.
good, yeah. The producer, Kent Weed. And then there was like a golden retriever in the shot. It was great.
It was good. Speaking of Twitter, Thomas, where can people follow you?
You can follow me at tom.tom on .bsky.social or at tom.tom on X, the everything app formerly known as Twitter.
Perfect. The show's on YouTube at the Compassionate Haters Survivor podcast, and you'll like it because it is long and you can't really read it when it shows up on your YouTube channels so that you're subscribed to. So that's a fun bit that we're doing also. What can people comment on YouTube?
Ha ha, very funny smiley face.
And if you don't want to do that, it's too bad.
Tough shit.
Our last poll asked, Rome built in a day or more than a day? Sorry. What do you think people say?
I think people probably said a day.
60% of people said more than a day.
Wow. Got some smart cookies over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we might be idiots here on this podcast, but our listeners, 60% of them are smart.
Smart cookies.
What is the poll this week? What did we talk about this week?
What do we talk about this week?
What did we talk about this week? In the Saul or Rome saga, who are you rooting for? Ooh, I know. Do you like the new segment, Remember Five Guys?
I think that is absolutely what we need to pull.
We practiced a new segment before we officially started the episode called Remember Five Guys, and it was very fun. So if people like it, we'll continue to do it. And going forward, the next thing to say is to vote. Go to www.youtube.com/officialhaterssurvivorpodcast/community, also known as the community page on our YouTube channel. That's an easier way to say that, isn't it?
It is, but we don't take the easy way out on this stuff.
That's right.
We're on our grind.
If Survivor has taught us anything, it's make things more complicated the longer the show goes on.
Be on your grind.
Thomas, what video game are you playing?
I'm currently playing NBA 2K.
Ooh, nice. Which year?
2K25.
Nice.
More like 2K20 several. All right, guys? Jelinski?
Remember? We have a few shows on Patreon. You can find at patreon.com/justpodcast/membership. I don't know if you need to put the /membership part. What podcasts can they subscribe to on patreon.com/justpodcast?
You know what? The NBA preseason's going on right now, so I'm going to say teal time.
That's right.
Talk about them Pistons.
Saw some Pistons hype reel this week, and I said yes. I said, yes, please. I need more of this. Put it in my veins. Don't talk to me till I've washed my Pistons.
Don't talk to me till I've had my Pistons.
I'm gonna go to a screen printing T-shirt shop and get that printed, and I'm gonna make 2 of them, and I'm gonna give you one.
You know, the
for
way that they've been
Christmas.
playing, it's also like, don't talk to me. I've had my Pistons. I'm sad.
Thank you to the fans. Did you want to thank the fans?
I would love to thank the listeners. Thank you for listening.
And you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Well, what would that be?
This is my favorite podcast. I like it better than all the other podcasts. I give it a big thumbs up.
Damn, long episode this week. I hope people enjoy it.
Yeah, well,
we'll
we're giving, as Survivor does sometimes, we're giving them 2 episodes.
Yeah, 2 in 1. Perfect day. We'll be back next week with the next episode of Survivor 40 Several, unless one of us has to go to California for a wedding again, in which case we might take the week off. But more than likely we'll be here, and that's a guarantee, not a threat.
It's an ultimatum.
I haven't read the segment on this Friday, but I don't want to officially put it in the show yet unless we like it.
Okay.
It's a trivia-based segment. I know you love trivia.
Oh. We'll see how this goes. Anytime that you ask me questions on this, there's potential for it to go sideways, so we'll see.
When would that ever happen? Okay, the segment's it's called Remember 5 Guys.
Okay, I like the start.
So these are all guys from Survivor or sports, and which ones?
Okay.
So
Or maybe both.
I'm going to give you a name, and then you're going to tell me where they come from. Drew Christie. He's the one who inspired this segment because that name popped into my head the other day, and I was like, is that an athlete, or was that a guy on Survivor?
I think it's a Survivor guy.
Do you remember which Survivor guy?
No.
He was one of the Stoner brothers from San Juan del Survivor.
Okay.
Remember them? Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
How about Nate Robertson?
Nate Robertson is a former Detroit Tigers pitcher.
Ding. Chris Wilcox.
Chris Wilcox, former University of Maryland power forward. He had a cup of coffee with the Pistons. I think he played most of his career with the Clippers, and I want to say the Sonics.
He also played in New York and Boston and OKC, but let's not recognize them for those early couple years. That's Seattle, too, as far as I'm concerned. Brendan Shapiro.
I think that is a Survivor player.
Do you remember which Survivor player? You were quite fond of him at the time, I recall.
Brendan Shapiro. What season was that?
Ghost Island.
Oh, I have like a very hazy memory of Ghost Island.
Shit, that's the whole idea. It's fucking ghosts.
That's true, yeah.
He was the hot gym teacher in his mid-40s. Tall white man who was out way too early.
I'm gonna look him up.
You're gonna be like, oh yes, of course, this guy.
Oh, I kind of remember this guy.
He's Ben Shapiro's dad.
Sure, yeah. Oh, okay.
That's why he's famous. And finally, the 5th guy in this new segment, Remember 5 Guys. Brad Culpepper.
This is both.
This is both. Do you remember what seasons he was on?
Brad was on... Was Brad on Blood vs. Water season?
He was on Blood vs. Water, yes.
He was with his wife, wasn't he?
He was with his wife.
And then he was on... Was he on Game Changer? No. He was... Yeah, I think he was on Game Changers.
Game Changers. Yes,
Yeah.
he was indeed. Yeah. Okay, you got 4 out of 5, right? No.
I mean,
5 out of
I
5.
got all of them. I think I just didn't
You can remember
remember
every
the
season
seasons.
of
I just
Survivor.
knew, yeah.
You knew those sports guys though.
Did.
You knew sports guys like Survivor Reddit.
I think Brad Culpepper played for the Vikings.
Yeah, I think so. And was he on the 49ers ever?
He might have been. It looks like he played for maybe the Buccaneers at one point too.
Oh, maybe that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I just go off the color of the costume.
He played for the Vikings, Buccaneers, and played 1 year with the Bears. I also love career highlights and awards on his Wikipedia page. There's something called the Draddy, Draddy trophy, and I definitely read that as the Daddy trophy when I saw it.
That's Brendan Shapiro's trophy. What is the Draddy trophy?
It's a trophy that's given to like it's some sort of defensive line award for college.
Ugh, boring. It really does sound like who's the daddiest doctor. Portmanteau him. Dr. Addy.
Dr. Addy.
Or
we're talking
your
about,
favorite doctor who prescribes Adderall.
That's probably Dr. President, right?
Yes. Hey, you hear the Sexiest Man Alive is coming out soon.
I mean, it's got to be Dr. President that's going to win it.
It's got to be Dr. President. It's got to be this guy who played Survivor 10 years ago.